Welcome to Awaz, Voices from the Field, a podcast series on quality improvement by Nationwide Quality of Care Network, supported by UNICEF India. Let's listen to a QI story.
Every job is a self portrait of the person who does it. So, autograph your work with excellence. Hello, everyone. I am Chavi Sharma, your host for today. And in this episode, I would like you to connect with a very special guest whose work in the field of quality improvement and patient care has been recognized in the healthcare system pan India. Mr. Ashish Ajay Bhaltilak. Welcome, Mr. Ashish. Please tell us more about yourselves and since how long have you been working in the field of quality improvement?
Hello, myself. This is Ashish, and I am working from Government Medical College Hospital, Aurangabad, Maharashtra. I am a nurse by profession, and I am healthcare profession since 7 years. I am a trainer and mentor for quality improvement in the maternal and newborn care, and has been mentoring various sick newborn care units and the labor room, and has also worked in various improvement projects like kangaroo mother care, breastfeeding, hypothermia, vitamin K administration, umbilical cord sepsis, fixation of orogastric tube to reduce out-of-pocket expenditure in the states of Maharashtra, UP, Madhya Pradesh, and Kerala since 2017.
Mr. Ashish, how did this journey in quality improvement begin for you? And what was your source of inspiration?
My journey in this quality improvement started in the year 2017 in August in the Hotel Ajanta Ambassador at Aurangabad, Maharashtra, which was a delegate of 200 more, which were being mentored from an expert team of multi-dynamic faculty involving improvement advisors from USID, doctor, nurses. Ms. Gina Pradeep, who is the Florence Nightingale awardee, in this eminent panel of mentors, impacted me in this journey of and kept me engaged in this quality improvement work.
Sir, I believe that each one of those projects that you have mentioned must have been life learnings for you. So, what will you be sharing with us today as the center of discussion?
QI projects are always interesting and they give many learnings while doing from it. And I have been a part of one of the improvement project which was to improve the hand hygiene practices in the newborn care unit, which is one of the closest to as it was my first QI project.
Mr. Ashish, why did you choose to work upon this topic particularly?
As you can see, ma'am, that global evidence shows us that the public healthcare facilities lack adequate access to hand washing stations as per WHO, and as such, it was also a big problem for in front of us too, and the newborn care outcome. So the team, after this workshop, decided to work on this problem with a joint effort to improve our alcohol-based hand rub compliances in our unit.
Okay, so one has rightly said that every path has its own share of obstacles. So, for you, what obstacles, what problems that you and your team have come across during this project?
Working in the healthcare facility, public healthcare facility, to accept it as a problem is a big problem. But our team continued in working on this to improve the poor compliance of hand hygiene in the mothers entering the NICU. Because many a time it was that key mothers used to miss the hand hygiene practices, application of hand rub on their during the care, and many a times healthcare professionals used to also miss out the usage during the care between the touch of the one baby to the other babies. And many a times this hand rub was not easily accessible at the point of care. And when we found that there were many poor techniques of using this hand rub, and also during working on this project, we came across the problems that we were not having any data of this thing. And working on this QI project, after a few days, we found that our supply of hand rub also was reduced.
What methods and what strategy have you applied to overcome these problems?
The ideas which we tested during this project, which helped us, were such as when we started measuring this, the change idea which came up was we could mark the indicator on the hand rub bottle with the marker, and we can measure it. So we tested this, but ultimately we found that the marker was being washed up by the hand rub liquid, and the team again worked on it and came up with the next idea that can we use a tape to indicate markers on that. And it was mind blowing idea that 12.5 ml of measuring tape was being placed on the bottle, which means 1 centimeter equal to 40 ml it was approximately. And after a few days we found that the bottle when were empty were being discarded. So we talked with our housekeeping staff not to discard them so that we can utilize it in the another bottles which were being to be kept next after this. But this did not last for a long time, and the team came up with the new idea of giving a xerox of this tape and to stick on new bottles. And I remembered one of our meeting when we see that to keep the teams motivated in this journey, that our HOD, Dr. L.S. Deshmukh, when we presented our initial work in front of sir, and he told us that there was a slight improvement, that's 0.5 ml. So this was being appreciated by our HOD, and which kept our team going and keeping their motivation high. And doing this everything, many times we kept on going and kept on going. And when we found that our outcome indicator did not improve, so we analyzed our problem and found that there was inadequate techniques being done to use the hand rub. So we came up with WHO guidelines and educated the healthcare staff and mothers. And ultimately we found that it improved in the coming days.
Okay, so you believe that not only the quantity of using the hand rub, but the proper technique of hand hygiene matters a lot.
Yes, definitely.
Mr. Ashish, do you feel that quality improvement can be applied in other healthcare settings other than maternal health and newborn care?
Yes, definitely it can be applied. We can see in this pandemic, as I was being posted in the COVID area, I tried this improvement methodology to be tested in that area with a small group of me and my friend, and we reduced a loss of time and energy and resources. Tried with new ideas of working like diluting the medication by pre-filling and packaging of tablet outside the COVID care area in the dilution area, keeping our records up to date and reduce the handling of the records to prevent ourselves from the cross infection, keeping medication stocks to keep the medications and the supply up to the mark, and also involving patient in the care to work smartly.
This is amazing work, sir. I compliment you, and I believe your story has just proved that obstacles are just the launching points to propel the enthusiasm and one's inner self in right direction on right path. In the end, what message do you wish to give to the audience, your fellow doctors and nurses and other healthcare professionals?
At the end, I would like to give the message that this pandemic has taught us the importance of washing hand. So I want you to keep your hand washing and keep it cleaning, and it will keep you protected and give you good health. And also make it your priority of living. So I will leave you with the message, keep washing and keep living.
Thank you so much, Ashish, sir.
Thank you, Shazi.
And I wish you all the best.